Shalom, Yashala Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Kol Holoyim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakah Kodash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf keeping the faith in the work. Shall keep at it. This your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, and verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right? Uproars of the people of the world. Right? And I tell you, it's been violent protests after violent protests for a few years now. Right? One of my consistent. Right? So here's a couple on right here, and I'll be back. That's supposed to be the Holy Land. See the flag that they floating up? In their mind, it ain't got nothing to do with Noah and the covenant that the Most High Yahweh made with us. Yeah, them folk gonna get touched too, because the land got to get cleansed, man. They done defiled our land, right? So it got to get clean. But how Yahweh said, it won't be by water, it's gonna be by fire.
French unions held more strikes against President Emmanuel Macron's reform of the country's pension system a day after he went on television to insist he won't back down. Let's bring in Bloomberg's Caroline Conan in Paris. Caroline, Macron at one point comparing this to the Capitol riots. Is that a fair comparison? Have these strikes turned violent?
When you look at what happened on Thursday in Paris especially, in fact, the streets are definitely not calming down against this pension reform. You had more than 1 million people protesting across the country, according to the police, 3.5 million people, according to the main CGT union. So quite a big crowd out there. And it was actually more violent than usual on the sidelines with those so-called black blocs, these far-left groups actually clashing with the police on several occasions, especially especially in Paris, and you had about 150 police officers injured with some being set on fire. In fact, the turnout at these protests had gone down recently over the past few weeks, but there are since the government actually survived this vote on no confidence on Monday, the turnout yesterday went back up more than 1 million, as you can see on this graphic. That's because obviously the fact that the government wanted to force this reform without a vote really angered the street.
So just imagine the protests, the violent protests that'll take place if people can't go buy food, and you still they still telling you gotta go to work, right? Inflation through the roof, right? Revelation 6:6, loaf of bread costs a day's pay. Man, imagine the protest that's gonna happen. Really bump protest. Matter of fact, let's read about this. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, and verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation." Right? Utter chaos. Right? Utter chaos. And that's what the world moving towards. The earth is moving towards that, because we are witnessing the end of this world. Right? And like I said about them folk that's in our land that was flying them rainbow flags that had nothing to do with Noah and the covenant that Yahweh made with us. Right? This place gonna get done in by fire. That's the cleansing. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 6. "Whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. Right? But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store." Right? They don't understand that the Most High has allowed them to reach certain levels of wickedness. Had to. Right? The Most High had to allow the wicked of the earth to do what they do, so that when he come back, it's in the most spectacular way, man. Right? It says, "Reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men." Right? Simple as that. And we witnessing the steady steps of this day coming closer and closer. Right? The day of the Lord. Right? We seeing it become more and more near. So we got to make sure that we are operating in the best mindset that we could possibly be in this place, in spite of everything that's going on. Right? And the only way you can do that is with knowledge and wisdom and understanding that the Most High said when you come to serve him, he gonna take you through some tribulations. Right? He also says that in your patience preserve your soul. Right? And so trust in the Lord, be patient. It's finna get ill out here. Right? But just know that Yahweh Shem Shai got his people. And when I say his people, I'm talking about his elect of his elect. I ain't talking about niggas that just know you know you Israel and you don't do nothing. You don't do no work. Right? You shaving every day, you eating whatever the hell it is you want to eat, smoking there, you smoking, defiling your temple, you just doing whatever it is you want to do for real, but you know you Israel. Yeah, gonna get put to death, man. All right. The Most High said, I love those that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Love is an action word. Read 2 John 6. All right. It tell you what love is. First John, I believe chapter 5. It tell you what love is. Tell you how to love the Lord. Tell you how to love the Lord's children. All right. But I say at the end of the day, man, this place done. This place is done. It's the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 15, and verse 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith Yahweh. Right? Not saying that you keeping the laws and statutes of the Most High is guaranteed salvation. No, you got to do it all through faith. Faith without works is dead, but you got to put forth some effort. You got to at least try, man. If you ain't trying, man, you wicked as hell. You are a bona fide sinner. Right? And that's what it's talking about. Woe to them that sin. Meaning, woe to the sinners. If your whole lifestyle is just sin, you could care less about trying to find how to do right, let alone implementing what you find. All right? So, this place done. If you don't get your mind right, you done too. So with that, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh these precepts in this video were edifying. Kol Haloyim La Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakakodah Shalom Yashalom.